and the title of my speech is Some of the World's Most Visited Places. And Forbes published an article called, or about some of the world's most visited places. So I chose 3 of them that I'm going to inform you about, and that is Paris, Istanbul, and Barcelona. So let's start with Paris. This was the 3rd most visited place in 2013, and it has a lot of different attractions like the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame. But another thing you should see while you're there is the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. It was constructed to restore peace after the revolution, and a lot of people come there for many different reasons. Some of them come to pray, but a lot of people come to see the view because it has a 360-degree view over the city. So let's move over to Istanbul. This was actually the 6th most visited place in or city in 2013, and it's predicted to surpass Paris, Barcelona, Singapore, and New York in terms of international visitors. And Susie Hansen, a writer for Condé Nast magazine, described her meeting with the city by saying, "These days, Istanbul is no longer just a spot where Europe meets Asia. It is a creative mishmash of civilizations, eras, classes, and ways of life. As if someone has dribbled bits over Berlin, New York, and Barcelona onto the seaside of Islamic wonderland." And one of the famous attractions in Istanbul is the Grand Bazaar, which you can see right here. It's the world's oldest and largest bazaar, containing 4,400 shops, and it's also one of the world's most important gold markets. And you can buy all sorts of things like furniture, clothes, fabric, and food. And they also have something called the Basilica Cistern. It was constructed in the year 532. The meaning of it was to provide water for the palace. But after some years, it was actually forgotten, and then accidentally they discovered it again. So they cleaned it and they opened it up for the public, and it has 336 columns to support the ceiling because it's underground. And on 2 of the columns they have Medusa heads, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but I have a picture of it here. And one of them is upside down, and one of them is tilted on the side, so that's kind of an interesting thing to see. And the last place I want to talk about is Barcelona. This was the home of a famous architect called Antoni Gaudi, and he designed a lot of the famous landmarks in Spain. One of them is the church, La Sagrada Familia. This is supposed to be done in the year 2026. This is 144 years after they started building it. And it's actually the finance come from private donations and ticket fees, and it's really a symbolic church. They have on the entrances they represent different stages in the life of Jesus Christ. So it's really interesting to go and see a lot of different motives on the church. And another thing he designed is something called Park Güell. This is a park that was bought by a family called the Güell family, and their intentions was to build an exclusive village in the park, and they wanted him to design it and have a lot of houses for the rich people in Spain. And they only built a few houses, one of the houses of Antoni Gaudi, actually. And it's really famous for the entrance, which you can see right here. It has a big porcelain lizard called Font de Drac. And it's really like a nice place to go for a walk and see some architectural and cultural elements. And he also designed houses. And a family called Butler bought a house, and they wanted it to really stand out and be special. So they wanted to have the designer of the park to do it. And they asked him to come up with a daring plan. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's actually really like curvy. It's not really like other houses where you have like clear lines, and he uses a lot of colors and glass, different types of glass. Yeah, it's not a house anymore. Now it's just open for the public, and they use it for conventions and things like that. But now you can actually go and see it and see how the inside is, and yeah, it's really interesting. It's a beautiful building. So now that you know a little about the most visited places in the world, then maybe you get some ideas about when you're planning your next trip.